Hey, what's up? It's Sean from Kinetic Performance and Fitness. I just wanted to give you guys an update on kind of why I haven't been uploading any videos. I know I have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel that have been pretty popular. I got upwards of 30,000 views on a couple of those videos, which is cool. And I appreciate those people that have watched and the subscribers that I have, accumulated over the years. And I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. Even though I have just a very small following, 700 or 800 followers, I believe, or subscribers on YouTube. So basically what I did is I went over I had a couple of different changes over the past, I'd say 3 years or whatever my last video was. I mean, that just kind of goes to show how much I've been kind of keeping track with things, making videos. So to give you guys a truthful and honest, story about what's going on now, I have basically, I'm not training anymore. I'm no longer pushing, kinetic performance and fitness. I had a couple of big changes throughout my life in the last couple of years, and I think that's something that has kind of shifted the way I am approaching things. In 2017, towards the end of the year, I had a lot of big changes. One of my best friends passed away unexpectedly, and at the same time, I was going through a divorce. So a lot of personal changes, and I think, everything happens for a reason, and that's why I kind of, didn't really feel like making videos. I didn't really feel like working out. I didn't feel like training. It was one of those things where you kind of go down a slippery slope, and I'm sure all of us have, had some kind of similar situation, maybe to more or less degrees, but it was one of those things where I kind of had to self-evaluate what I wanted to do, what made me happy. And at the end of the day, I don't think that training really made me as happy as I thought it did. It was something that I've always done. My dad was a bodybuilder. I grew up in a gym, and that kind of shaped the way I approached my education, my life, and what I did. And so, fast forward into 2018. It was February of 2018, towards the end of the month, and I went out to Colorado to snowboard. Despite being a Floridian, I actually snowboarded a little bit growing up. So that was a pretty life-changing experience, just in terms of what I can do or where I can take myself and not be confined to one area or one location for the rest of my life. And so I went out to Breckenridge, had a really great time with some of my close friends, and I was really thankful for that experience, to be able to, get out of Dodge for a little bit and just have a good time and not have to worry about things. And I came back, and I, was talking to my friend that lived out in Colorado, and he was like, "Man, you should just move out here. You've got nothing holding you back. In a couple months, things are going to be pretty different, and you'll have that freedom to go back to what you want to do." And so that's what I did. I sold all of my stuff at the beginning of 2019. So it was about 8 or 9 months in the making, and so sold everything, drove out to Colorado, and moved myself and my life to the Mountain West. So that's where I'm at right now. Is I've been in Colorado a year and a half now. I absolutely love it. And at that time, I didn't really have any plans to continue kinetic performance and fitness. It just didn't really hit me the same. And I kind of wanted to get away from that. I wanted to, just take my personal training. When I say personal, my own, like, workouts and things like that. I just felt like I wanted to rethink how I did everything, and I turned 30. I was, my body was changing. The way I approached workouts, nutrition, and everything was drastically different. And so when I got out here, I actually got into sales for a CBD company, and they were an extraction lab. So they were essentially selling raw ingredients to businesses, and I was on the phones. I was talking to people and trying to sell CBD isolate, CBD distillate, all kinds of stuff. And that lasted, I'd say, just a couple of months. The company itself just was kind of going through an expansion, and I think it grew too quickly, and the company ended up pivoting into a different direction. And so I parted ways with that particular company, and I really enjoyed the CBD industry. I think, excuse me, I think that it has a lot of benefit, and we're just starting to scratch the surface of what's possible. And so around that time, I was getting into I was still snowboarding, and I hurt my left shoulder pretty bad, and that was my first major injury off of a motorcycle in a long time. And like I said, being almost 30 at that point, my recovery was a little bit different than I anticipated. It took a lot longer than I thought. My workouts had changed. My shoulder, I still have to be careful with it in certain aspects, but my good friend who I live with now, he's actually he's a physical therapist, and so he helped me along. But I was really incorporating CBD into my rehab, and that basically inspired me to start my own brand of CBD products, and that's what I have right now. It's called Ikon CBD. It's a really simple 9-ingredient topical balm. It's 500 milligrams of THC-free distillate. And this isn't a sales pitch for that at all, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I'm doing now. Because I think at the end of the day, most of the time, there's a lot of conflicting information. There's a lot of good people out there who have a lot of resources for motocross training. Don't get me wrong, I love motocross. I still plan on getting a bike here soon. It's just that when, life changes and plans change, and I think being able to recognize certain things that don't necessarily align with what you want to do long term, I think is important to grow as a person. And so, taking on a CBD company and starting that from the ground up, especially in a pandemic, that's been a little bit challenging. But at the same time, I think if I can get past this, I can get past just about anything. And so, like I said, this is just an update. Wanted to give you guys, something rather than nothing. I'm going to keep the channel up. I'm going to keep, my email and, ways to contact me. I'm going to keep it open. So if you have any questions about training or, whatever, or even if you have a question about Ikon CBD, go ahead, just let me know. But, like I said, I wanted to give you guys an update about what I'm doing, what my plans are, because I haven't done anything with the channel in God knows how long. And like I said, there are a lot of people who, still watch those videos. Some of them are upwards of 30,000 views. So that's really cool. And I really appreciate that kind of support and people actually paying attention to what some random guy has to say about motocross training. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you guys supporting me. And if you have any questions, just, slide in the DMs, let me know. And I'll keep this channel going. So it'll be a resource for you guys. I know I have an exercise library, I think on one of my playlists. I have to look at it and see. It should be open to the public. Because I know I made some videos private just for like monetization for like programs and stuff that I had, through membership sites. But I think everything should be pretty much open. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. But again, if you want to check out the CBD that I have, I'll put the link to the website and below. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.